Bang! 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 Wow, this war costs a lot.
Yeah, but at least we're getting freedom.
France is not benefiting.
But you love me.
No, I just hate the British. Bang.
Hi, my name is Reporter Bob. Today we have a series of what I'm sure will be very informative interviews with members of each of our 3 estates here in France. As we all know, tomorrow the Estates General will be meeting for the first time since 1614. A few months ago, after the deadlock with the Assembly of Notables and the refusal of the Parliament of Paris to consider taxation reforms, King Louis agreed to call the Estates General. Each estate has composed a list of grievances to bring with them to the Estates General. I am here now with a member of the First Estate, Bishop Bob. Hi, Bishop Bob.
God bless you, Reporter Bob.
I didn't sneeze. So Bob, what are your views on taxes?
The French monarch has been trying to tax the clergy for quite some time. We are men of God and therefore cannot be taxed.
Doesn't the church tax people?
Well, of course, we need money too, but our money is going to God.
Okay. What are your views on enlightenment?
The Enlightenment is horrible. Ideas have been popping up. Have you heard of deism? It suggests that God is a watchmaker, which of course is preposterous. It is the Enlightenment speakers that are causing unrest in this country. If it weren't for the Enlightenment, people would still be content with their place in society, and the church would still have as many clergy as we had a few years ago.
What are your thoughts on the monarchy then?
We don't have qualms with Louis.
That's very interesting. What about...
Actually, I have to go. Bishop Bill and I are set to exercise an atheist in an hour.
All right. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Right on time. Here is Baron Bob. How are you today, Baron Bob?
Fine, fine.
All right then, first question. What do you want the government to do for you?
The nobility should be the government. We already hold all the offices, with the exception of some bourgeois that Louis likes. We are the ones who can make things happen. With our birthright, we should have the power.
Okay, how have you compensated for the rise in prices?
You see, I am a manorial lord, so I have certain banalities, you could say, that allow me to control the situation on my manor.
Could you elaborate on that?
Manorial lords have something called eminent domain, which means that even though we have technically given the land to the peasants to work and live on, we still get a lot from it. In addition to that, every manorial lord has the right to hunt on the land, and to act more or less as a police force. There have been a few difficulties lately, but we've compensated for that by reinstating some of the old laws.
And how do you feel about taxes?
Taxes? They're for the lower class. Well, most of us would be willing to be taxed if we had the power in this government.
That is very interesting. Thank you, Baron Bob.
Thank you.
Hey, cameraman, are the representatives from the Third Estate here?
Yeah, they're right over there. I'll send them over.
Okay, thanks. Could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Bourgeois Bob.
And I am Bob.
I'm Reporter Bob. I've got a few questions for you guys. First, what sort of grievances will you be bringing with you to the Estates General?
Oh, we have lots of
that.
those. We have lots of
Okay.
those. First, we would like better living conditions and equal taxation. We have to pay it all, and it doesn't even go to the king. Those corrupt tax collectors take it all. We want equality under the law.
We would like to be able to be tax exempted, actually, because it's totally unfair that we have to go through other methods to get tax exemption. Nobles have too much power, and we should get some of the power as well. The Estates General should vote by head, not by estate. We would like to abolish the fiefs. No arbitrary orders for imprisonment.
Also, we're in debt, and that Louis is off.
We can't talk about that on the news.
But Versailles.
But this is the news.
Well then,
That reminds us, we want freedom of the press as well.
Yeah, okay, let's get more specific, shall we? Bourgeois Bob, you seem to be very upset with the nobility. Why is that?
Those arrogant pieces of, pardon my English, they think they're all that. The Third Estate is the people. The bourgeois class is just as good as the nobility, and we actually work to get where we are. If we disappeared, France would collapse.
Well, yes. Bob, what is your main concern?
we're really the only people paying taxes around here, which is ridiculous. Does it look like we can afford to support the country more than we already do with our work?
Yeah. Well, that's all we have time for today. Bye, guys. Go. Bye. Well, All right, thank you, Bobs. As you can see, there seems to be a social and political collision between two moving objects, a rising aristocracy and a rising bourgeoisie. Tune in next week to find out what happens at the Estates General. See ya!